Hi Virgo, welcome to your weekly forecast for January 6th through the 12th. We're going to see what's happening in the week ahead with this lovely deck here. And then we're going to pull a prayer, a blessing for you guys from this prayer deck here. A lot of you have really mentioned you really love those prayers. So why not start off with a blessing? We're in a new year. We're coming into the second week of it. So why not bring in a little blessing? But first, let's see what's happening the week ahead for Virgo, for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here is your Monday, Tuesday. Oh, that was two cards. Monday, Tuesday for Virgo, please. Wednesday, Thursday for Virgo, please. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Alrighty, my darlings. So Monday, Tuesday, Virgo, what we have going on is King of Swords. Okay, some of you could be dealing with an air sign person. You may be dealing with a Libra, Aquarius, or a Gemini. Not necessarily, and I don't like to get too hung up with the astrology of things simply because it can be somebody's moon, it can be their rising. We don't always know that when we meet someone, right? And that could throw us off, but it could be indicating, for example, I knew a Taurus that in readings would always show up as the strength card because they were a Leo moon, but we didn't know that, you know, so it can throw people off sometimes. But King of Swords is coming up for you, Virgo, and so it could also have to do with negotiating, planning, preparing for some changes that you're wanting to make. Sometimes it can even indicate an attorney or a lawyer, so you might be seeking out counsel. Whether it's a legal counsel or some other kind of counsel, some other kind of mentor, you may be seeking something out, information out in preparation. I'm getting a sense or a feeling of like laying out a foundation or laying out groundwork. So you may be doing the mental planning. You may be in the planning stages, and some of you are negotiating. You know, maybe some of you are trying to negotiate a raise at work or a promotion, or you're trying to figure out, you're trying to feel out where things are headed before you can decide, should I stay or should I go. The really great thing about King of Swords is really great at finding the win-win in a situation. So if you are finding yourself at some kind of a crossroads, when the King of Swords shows up, it tells me there's a pretty good chance of working something out. That, you know, you may have power in the situation. There may be a lot of potential in the situation. May not be time to walk away from something just yet. There could be room for discussion, room for agreements, room for growth. So it can be very positive in that way. Your Wednesday, Thursday, Virgo, is you have 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you might be really kind of thinking about doing something drastic, and that might be why King of Swords is coming up as you're thinking or planning in those planning stages. 5 of Pentacles is a card that comes up when we're in a transition or we're preparing for a transition that we feel uncertain about. It, like the future is so unknown, we're not sure how things are going to pan out. Is it going to be successful? Is it not? And a lot of the times it can have to do with making a really significant change in trying to start a business or do something with self-employment. Or you might feel like things at work are uncertain, or you might kind of start feeling like, oh, the writing's on the wall. They might be packing up and closing up, or they might be getting ready to let people go. So 5 of Pentacles can be sometimes that we have fear about our financial situation, or we have fear that there may be layoffs coming, or we're wanting to work for ourselves but we're not sure how it's going to go. And it can be scary in that way, but there's lots of positive messages that come in with 5 of Pentacles, in that as you're going through this transition, you are finding like-minded people, you are finding soul family, you are finding who has your back and who has your side. And sometimes we go through that uncertainty because Spirit is trying to remind us that we are more than our bank account. We are more than our career. We are more than our title. And we become closer with people around us, or we meet people that we become very close to, and we have a sense of that closeness. It's oftentimes, you guys have heard me refer to this as like the Wizard of Oz card, or the Jeff Bezos card. Dorothy was lost and she was looking for answers and she was looking to find a way, and she met a very amazing group that became like a little family to her. Or Jeff Bezos, him and his wife, they started Amazon out of their garage, working out of their garage, and now it's one of the biggest companies, ever. So it can be uncertain times, but it's going to be worth it. The journey is worth it, right? So trying to focus on the finish line, trying to focus on the good that's coming out of it, trying to focus on, being close with someone, working with someone, as you're going through the transitions and as you're going through the changes. I also feel the fact that King of Swords is coming up, it's telling you that the transition doesn't have to be so scary. The changes don't have to be so bad if you allow yourself to be in that King of Swords energy and really think it through clearly. Have your budget in place. Think outside of the box. What are some of the things that might occur? How can you be ready for them? It may not have to be a scary transition. Okay? Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have Wheel of Fortune. So you're deciding to move forward with something. Wheel of Fortune is also a really positive message in that something maybe was stagnant or stuck, and now it's becoming unstuck. Now it's moving forward. Okay, so maybe you've been feeling that Five of Pentacles energy for a while now, but something may be coming up for you in the end of the week where now things are shifting forward. Things are moving forward. Like I said, a lot of the times when I see this card, something was stuck, something felt blocked, and now it's unblocked. And the great thing about it is the way that I see the card come up a lot is once it's unblocked, man, when that wheel starts turning, it really starts turning. It really gains momentum and things begin happening very quickly. Now, if you've been self-employed, and maybe you've been kind of scared, you've been kind of like nervous because it's been a slow season, and Wheel of Fortune is saying that, hey, things are going to be maybe beginning to pick up for you again, and you may be relieved, but it's saying don't forget to be in your King of Swords energy. Don't forget to be wise with what's coming in. Or even if you are not self-employed, maybe like you've just been like money's been kind of rough, and now you're finally towards the end of the week, okay, now we're getting back on track again, or we're getting, out of the red. Be wise with what's coming in. Be wise with what you're doing with it, so that if you do find yourself again in a slow period, you have had money saved. You have had money put aside. You're going to be okay. So the next slow period, it doesn't have to feel scary. It doesn't have to feel like Five of Pentacles. It can just be like, okay, well, I'm okay because I'm prepared for it. I'm ready for it. So I really feel that a lot of the message here for you this week, Virgo, is about getting finances balanced. I feel a lot of this is about finances. I feel a lot of this is about money. And it's telling you that you're coming into a better cycle. You're going to be coming out of that scary kind of situation. But Spirit is saying, don't forget that you were in that situation, or that you had that scare, and be wise with the money that's coming in and how you're putting it aside and what you're doing with it. Because, guys, this is the cycle of life. Even millionaires, even big businesses, they're going to have periods of time when there isn't as much money coming in. But they're okay because they've been wise with their finances and what's come in, and then things will pick up again. So that wheel turns, and sometimes we're on the good end of the wheel, sometimes we're on the not so great end of the wheel. But if you can be prepared, if you can be in that King of Swords energy and have your plans in order, and be wise with what's coming in, then the future periods when things are slow aren't going to feel scary. They're not going to phase us. You might be frustrated, it's either feast or famine. But if you can be prepared in that time of feast, then you have enough to get through the famine, and it's not as scary. And then the next feast comes in. So I feel a lot of you, Virgo, this week are starting to master that. Master your relationship with money. Master your relationship with business. Master your relationship with your career. Let's go ahead and check out your blessing card, see what prayer is coming up for you guys. And check out your moon and rising sign videos as well, because some weeks they may resonate more than others. The 2020 readings are also available. They are in the link in the description. And private readings are up again. I know that calendar was down for a while, guys, and then the readings were not available, but calendar is up again if you would like a private reading. And the blessing, the prayer for Virgo for this week is a blessing for a mother, okay? So this could be maybe some of you are wanting to come into motherhood, or you're wanting to be closer with your kids, or you're wanting to find the mother of your future children, or maybe you're just needing to mother yourself, okay? Maybe you're needing to nurture yourself. So let's go ahead and see what's happening here with this blessing for Virgo. Maybe you're dealing with your own mother. Dear Virgo, to birth the child within, birth the child into the world through the cauldron of the womb, and feed the babe at the breast, and yet need to learn how to let go. That is the test and quest of motherhood, and you are at its initiation. For within motherhood are great paradoxes and contradictions. To be mother is to be at once yourself and another. To be a mother is a yearning for the well-being of another, dearest in all the world, yet imperfect and growing and wild and unknowable. How is it that a mother can carry the yearning, the care, the delight, the love, the intimacy and purity of motherhood, the sheer hard work of it, the feeding and the cleaning of the young, and within all this is the desire to give birth again to the self who you are becoming through this great initiation? To be a mother is to be deeply your own true self and yet selfless, to love another deeply and open up yet another room and another within your heart. To be a mother is to see the world's children and babes as your own. It is to be primal, prehistoric, and ageless beyond dogma and preaching. You are the creator of all, and once you were worshipped. May you be blessed with your children's well-being. May motherhood ignite in you the flame of healing for any wounds from your own childhood. May the Earth Mother you and bless you as you walk through the challenges of the way of the mother. May your arms be strong, but not so tight as to not know when to soften and release the tender ones from that fierce protection. May your womb quicken with healthy babes, and may their delivery into the world be as deep and initiatory as this stepping between the worlds was always meant to be. May you know your value lies beyond that of your fruitlessness, and is within the characters you've helped shape and the lessons you've taught. Forgive yourself for your imperfections, for mothering is a sacred task that we are all untaught at. We must find our way through feel, sheer instinct, and that mother's love that all desire. And when it comes to the time when you will no longer bear the young, may the young come to you and recognize all you have done, and in the warmth of their affection and gratitude, may you grow old with joy as your companion. Blessed be, Virgo.